Welcome back to a brand new ptcg live video. Today I'll be going over the brand new Iron Valiant EX from the newly released set Paradox Rift. So with that being said, let's get into the deck list. Let's take a look at some of the cards we'll be using and how we'll be using them for this deck list. Starting out with Iron Valiant EX, we are running 4 copies of this Pokemon, mostly for its ability Tachyon Bits. It allows us to put 2 damage counters or 20 damage onto one of your opponent's Pokemon every time this Pokemon switches into the active spot. So this is a very good ability. The attack is also pretty decent, but we aren't really using it specifically for this deck. So for our secondary attack, just to help us balance out the deck a little bit, we will be using Entei V. Entei V is a very good attacking Pokemon with a good ability Fleet-Footed. It will give you a little bit extra draw support. It has good HP, and it will cover Iron Valiant's weakness to metal, as it is a fire type, so we will scare away the metal types of Entei V and hit them for double damage. So we'll get to protect Iron Valiant's weakness with Entei. We will also be using 1 Radiant Charizard just in case we do not get a very good hand, or we don't win the match from the beginning and we lose a lot of prize cards. We can definitely attack with Radiant Charizard towards the end of the game when your opponent has taken so many prize cards. We can literally attack for 1 or 2 energies, doing 250 damage. And we are also running 1 copy of Medicham V, just to use that Yoga Loop after we stack up some damage counters with Iron Valiant EX, of course. We can use Yoga Loop to put the final 2 damage counters and then just take a whole extra turn just like that. And finally, Squawkabilly EX, 1 copy of this card, just to give us some good draw support in the beginning of the game when it really matters. Onto the trainer cards, we are going to run 4 Battle VIP passes just to help us set up on that turn 1. We got 1 Earthen Vessel to help us find some energy cards, 4 Escape Ropes, this is just for the Iron Valiant to keep switching out, 1 copy of Lost Vacuum, 3 copies of Nest Ball just to help us get down some basics, 4 copies of Switch, this is just for the Iron Valiant, so I can keep putting those 2 damage counters, as well as this Switch Cart, 4 copies of this one as well. We also do have 2 copies of Techno Radar. This will just help us find Iron Valiant EX faster, and we get to get 2 of them. We're also going to be using 4 copies of Magma Basin. This is a very good card to help us set up our Entei V or our Radiant Charizard. And this will also get rid of other stadium cards in play, of course, like Path to Peak. You definitely don't want that. That really is pretty destructive for this deck. So we kind of want to run at least 4 stadium cards just in case. We also got 2 copies of Boss's Orders. There's a very standard card. 2 copies of Colress Experiment for draw support. 4 copies of Professor's Research for draw support as well. And we got 2 copies of Far Sealstone. We would run 1 copy if we had Arven, but we aren't using Arven. So we will opt to choose to have 2 copies of Far Sealstone. We got 2 copies as well of Future Booster Energy Capsule. We can attach to Iron Valiant so it can get a free retreat. And finally, for the energy cards, we got 2 double turbo energies for our Medicham V, so we can use the Yoga Loop, of course. 2 copies of Jet Energy to switch out for our Iron Valiants. And finally, 6 copies of basic fire energies. So those are all the cards for this deck, and let's see how it does in the matches. We definitely want to go second for this deck, so we're going to pass that up, let them go first. Okay, they get a mulligan. We get to draw an extra card. Looks like they're gonna have Lost Tina over there. Okay, we get to get the mulligan card. Yeah, so they're starting out with Comfy, of course. They're gonna do their flower selects. If they don't get another benched Pokemon or a benched Pokemon, it can be pretty easy to put 80 damage on Comfy. They're even checking with Heavy Ball here. Okay, they did find something. I get a feeling they will bench the Sableye. Oh wait, they don't have to. They got Battle VIP Pass. So I'm assuming they're probably gonna get a Comfey and probably 2 Comfeys. Oh, they got Giratina instead. Okay. And they're gonna Jet Energy, switch out into the other Comfey, into the Flower Select. They should only have. They gave up Manaphy, they got 1 card, they're gonna get 2 cards into Lost Zone. And they Nest Ball for Cramorant. Okay, they pass. Wow, we got 2 Battle VIP passes here. It's pretty sweet. Let's see. Get 2 more of the Iron Valiants. And I'm thinking of actually getting Medicham. And probably Entei. Let's put Magma Basin. And let's Squawk and Seize here. Okay. And let's rope out. We didn't get a colorless, the double turbo energy here, unfortunately. He's fleet-footed. Okay, we got Colress Experiment. Okay, we actually already attached the energy, unfortunately. I wasn't expecting to get Colress Experiment. Let's just knock out this Comfey. We could still use the Medicham, obviously. 1 prize, unless they heal it with Switch Cart or something. How many cards they have? They have 3 cards now. They put a Colress Experiment even in the Lost Zone. And they go into Giratina, they bench a Jirachi and Sableye. And they just attach an energy to Giratina. And they just do Abyss Seeking. So we actually could just do the Yoga Loop next turn even. They didn't even use Switch Card on Comfey, so let's use the Fleet-Footed. Let's escape rope. We do have 2 ropes, so another 20. Okay, they just conceded. Yeah. And ideally we do actually want to go second with this deck on the attacking first turn. Let's actually put Entei in the active. Okay, looks like they have a psychic deck with Xatu, so it could be the brand new Mewtwo, the Lightning Terra type Mewtwo. That's my guess. Get 1 card from Mulligan. Ooh, that's a good card to get. Okay, looks like it's actually gonna be Cofagrigus. And we got a pretty good chance for the use the Yoga Loop on that Natu. It only has 50 HP. That is definitely quite low HP. So now I do have the double turbo in hand, so I definitely do want to, hoping that Medicham is in the deck here. Yes, it is in the deck. That's good. And all 4 Valiants are in there. Let's use Fleet-Footed. Okay, we get a switch. That's pretty good. Let's put a double turbo on Medicham before we forget. Let's switch out into Iron Valiant. 20 damage on that too. Attach Capsule, put the Magma Basin. And let's just squawk and seize here. Let's use Magma Basin, get an energy onto Entei. And let's use Battle VIP Pass, get another Iron Valiant. And there's not much we can do for the can't attach Jet Energy. Earth and Vessel doesn't do much for us right now. We'll just research this away. And let's switch card. And let's just escape rope. Yeah, I guess we might as well just attach the Forest Sealstone. Let's use Yoga Loop here. Okay, we got Fire Energy, that's decent. Okay, they go into Yamask. And let's just retreat into Entei. It's the fleet-footed. Escape Rope. And let's actually force Seal Stone for research. Yeah, actually we'll just knock him out venting now. Okay, we get a Nest Ball. Can they go into Mew? Okay, they got Cofagrigus up. Kinda use Iono, which isn't too good, because we don't really have any like B-roll or anything like that. They put out Old Cemetery. And we only have 2 Fire Energies in discard, that's pretty good. They Fog Crystal. For a Natu, okay. And they're gonna use Painful Spoons to... Okay, they're gonna move on to Squawkabilly. And they're gonna switch out, they switch out to Cofagrigus here. Which I think I'm not gonna really go for Yoga Loop again. Let's use the fleet-footed Fire Energy. Yeah, let's just boss them for their Mew and knock that out. Clean 180. Get 2 more prize cards. Radiant Zord and Basin. That's pretty useful actually. Attach Energy Cofagrigus. I'm gonna use Painful Spoons again. I definitely think we could go for maybe another Yoga Loop here. Let's put out Magma Basin. And let's switch card into Iron Valiant. And let's research. Change to another Iron Valiant, put another 20 damage. And so let's just Yoga Loop with Medicham now. Fifth prize. Okay, a rope. That's not too bad. Well, actually, that's perfect. We can just escape rope into Entei and just knock out the Radiant Zam like that. There we go. That's GG. I didn't even get a single prize. So, yeah, fire energy. It's pretty good. Okay, we win the coin toss. That's good. No, we're not gonna go first. Yeah, pretty decent hand. They get a mulligan. So they're using Duraludon here. Okay, we get the one card. Pretty good card to get. It looks like it's probably gonna be Regidrago V-Star. Never mind. Duraludon just is will be in the discard, doing its thing. Okay, they just pass. Get one Entei. Yeah, we do have the Nest Ball for the Medicham. Okay, let's go into Iron Valiant. Attached for a Seal Stone. And Squawk and Seize. So actually get a Professor's Research now. And now let's just go into Entei. Knockout Klefki, so we do at least get 2 knockouts in 1 turn. That's pretty good. Get Fire Energy. Then they go back into Regidrago. Okay, they evolve into V-Star. They're probably gonna use the Legacy Star. They got rid of Goodra. Yeah, they're going right into Legacy Star. They didn't discard any dragons, so. And they're gonna pick 2 cards out of their discard. I'm pretty sure they got the Bidoof and the Klefki back from the previous turn. Use Gardenia's Vigor. Damn, it is pass. Okay. Well, I'm gonna use the fleet-footed first, actually. Okay. Put 20 damage on Klefki. Let's research. Nice, we do get the escape rope. And we can use the yoga loop. We get Radiant Zard. Start turning again for the yoga loop. Let's research. Yeah, let's switch out again. Escape rope again. Let's just go for that 120 damage. Don't get to quite knock it out because they really don't have any benched Pokemon, so our damage is kind of low. They're gonna Arvin. Okay, they got Ultra Ball. I'm assuming they're probably gonna get another Regidrago V. Now they get Noivern. They're going for the Apex Dragon now, okay. And they just barely did not knock us out. Let's use Colress Experiment. Yeah, we didn't have enough switching items here. Put them Path to Peak, which definitely be an issue, but we do have Magma Basin unless we get Judged or Ionode. Okay, they go for the Apex Dragon again. Yeah, at least we got the Magma Basin pretty clutch there. And we literally just knocked it out of Iron Valiant here. And they just concede. Yeah, we do win the coin toss. That's pretty good. No, we're not going to want to go first because you definitely want to go second for this deck. Definitely second. Okay, this is a pretty good hand. Looks like there's gonna be a mirror deck here because they got future capsules and magma basin as well. Okay, we get Entei, that's pretty good. They will most likely have a loaded bench, so Entei will be perfect. We can probably get a knockout for our turn. And they just attach a fire energy to Entei. They're gonna rope out into Entei. So I was expecting them to fill up their bench a lot more. Let's see, Squawkabilly is prized. Let's rope out. And let's get 2 fire energies. Hopefully we get a magma basin. No magma basin. Another 20 damage. Let's switch out into Entei. Get the extra draw. Choose Battle VIP Pass just to get rid of it. Put Radiant Zone. And I'm gonna just end turn. Okay, looks like I'm gonna escape rope. I'm probably just gonna give them the Radiant Sword. And a Switch Cart. The other Iron Valiant here. And they research. Kind of surprised they had the Squawkabilly, but they didn't use it first turn. Switch out into the third. And they're probably gonna retreat into Entei here. Yeah, let's rope out. And let's force Seal Stone for Professor's research here. Another 20 damage. And let's switch out. Fleet-footed. Attack for 180 here. They're probably gonna knock out Entei, unfortunately. They research again. Bench Radiant Zard. Okay, we get the double turbo here. Some research first. And switch out into Medicham. Let's use the Yoga Loop here. And There's the prize Squawkabilly. Guess we'll just go into Entei now. That's Nest Ball. Get another Entei. Use the fleet-footed. Let's use the Magma Basin. And I think I'm actually gonna vacuum away that Magma Basin there. Just in case they can't put any more fire energies. Let's use Colress Experiment. Let's get the boss, booster, and fire energy. Okay. Another Colress Experiment. Useful. Literally coming down to the wire here. They're gonna Nest Ball probably for another Iron Valiant. No, they don't have it. They're probably maybe just burning up the Nest Balls. They're not benching anything, obviously. Kind of use Colress Experiment. I wonder if they were using Medicham in this deck, because if they were, I don't see it yet. They do have the double turbos for it. We have a pretty good chance of winning this game. Use Magma Basin. And honestly, all we have to do really is just switch into Entei. We're doing 160. Let's see. 180. Let's just switch cart. $20 damage there. Switch back into Entei. Boss this Valiant. Yeah, that should knock him out. Yeah. Well, those were all of the matches. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.